So let me start with very simple um, educational component, talking about the planets and planets representation. It's just educational vocabulary moment, which we need to address to start. And we think about seven major planets. Main planets are seven because we are talking about our own personality. And you can see like these are in grouped. We are talking about luminarities, which are lighting our way, or phantom. And I can send those images to you if you want later, so you
Okay.
will be able to review those. So two luminaries, these are really important, and sequence, which I will be talking about, is also very important because you cannot, that's how the human is developed. Once born, we have only moon, just really acting or activating our life, and all other planets are kind of sleeping. It very well resonates with all educational pedagogical approach, especially with Montessori and other alternative schools, because they revealed how kids are just maturing like layers, right? They need next layer to add layer by layer, and that's how pedagogy shall go. So the first they recognize the form, then they recognize the color and such. So it's just like go in stages. So the same way our like planets are getting awakened, I would say. So we are starting with the moon, and second sun will go. Those are two luminaries which are critical for our journey and really important to understand. If you don't understand those, so you cannot go with other seven planets. Second group would be personal planets, all about you. But basically, these would not work if moon is blocked or sun is not behaving well. So we will talk about those. And finally, we will talk about social planets and interaction with societal and community settings and such. We will not talk and address transpersonal planets. This is Western approach, and Eastern Vedic astrology is dealing with this in a different way. So we will not touch and talk about Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto. We will not. Surprise!
Poor Pluto. Pluto always gets like thrown about. So,
Yeah, we can speculate on that later for the
yeah,
second consultation if you would like to, of course.
God.
But today it's really important what we need to do about those seven at least, and these do play really critical work. So they're with the signs, they are like have the floors, like I described in my text. So everything starts with the moon, right? And the moon is actually represent the basic comfort, basic emotions, basic instinct, and basic unconscious. So the baby, think about it this way: the baby, when it is born, it can cry if not comfortable, or just happy, googling like "Li, li, 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 li," when happy. So discomfort, they just cry. They are hungry, they don't know they're hungry, they don't know all these terms, they just feel discomfort. They can eat, especially mommy, right? And they need this warm, safety, kind of comfortable feeling. So it's all about comfort. First 2 years, usually it's moon only. Little by little, sun will be awakened. Usually it's considered as sun is really waking up at the age of 3, but basically between 2 and 4. So sun does represent self, ego, uh, life spirit, essence, and energy. So moon is just being, right? Sun is your energy, life energy, prana, if you want to use yogis terms. But it's also the intention. I want, I will, I can, I want, I can, I will. Okay? So it's
Mhm.
ego, at the same time, it's energy, and it's also about intention. So next three are personal planets, kind of like specialty traits. But some people can survive without those much expressed or being like not very strong. Still, it's good to have all cards playing for you with the full range. So sometimes people are asking me what's better to have weak planets or strong planets. And the answer is it depends, because if planets are strong, you have to learn how to own them. Make sense?
Mhm.
Otherwise, they will lead you without rules, without intention, so it can be chaos. Hmm. And again, planets can be retrograded, weak or strong, as I said. Retrograded is usually representation of we're geocentric. We have geocentric perspective. So the human, or we are sitting on the planet of Earth, and we're seeing sometimes planets go this way, and sometimes they just kind of go back. Of course, it's very abstract because it looks like that from the Earth. In reality, planets never stop, but the speed, how planets are really going comparable with each other, is different. So when the planets are getting slowed down and the Earth is going faster, it looks like they go back. Why it is important spiritually? Actually, I do believe in natal chart because that's the chart which you were given as the prescription for the moment of your birth. And it's really important. It's kind of explaining what kind of cards are you given. Do you have any trumps? Do you have any like vulnerabilities? And you're given also the assignment, the fatum, your life assignment for this life. We all Eastern way to think about it. We live multiple lives, and lots of people kind of prove it. So for this life, we're given certain assignments, tasks, or challenges. And that's the moment when we will talk about karma. So everything what you're given is given based on your previous experience, previous life experience. So if you were behaving wrong or just doing something not according to your values, or just like human values, or like we will define good and bad, evil and heaven. But basically, if you are behaving against humanity or doing something wrong against like humanitarian purposes or God's purposes. So you are given more difficult situations with your planets. Sometimes those situations can be described as retrograded. So, for example, you have Mars retrograded. So do I. We will talk about what it means. So we were touching this a little bit a while ago when we tried to do elemental leadership, but basically Mars representing physical energy can represent good and bad things. Retrograde, it means it's strong and it was encapsulated. You didn't use it in previous lives. So you didn't use this strength and blessing in previous lives. So now for this life, you have the assignment to always to remember to take care of your Mars. So it's kind of your job. It has to become your routine to take care of your Mars retrograded. Nice thing about astro reading, it's there is nothing bad in any natal chart. If you're given certain challenges, you're always given certain tools to address those challenges. It's really good to be aware about what you do, what you're given, how it was expressed to itself throughout your circumstances and life, and how you can deal with these just to make it more harmonic, to behave well, actually. So, for example, having Mars retrograded, it means for me, it's expressed like I'm easy to get angry. I wait, I can just accommodate a lot of bad situations, people not behaving well, people just trying to hurt me. I'm waiting, I'm patient, patient, patient until I just blow away. And then it's really hard to just to calm me down. It's my thing. But usually anger is one of those bad expression, bad retrograded Mars challenge. But Mars is also representing action. So the power to do things, courage. Mars is also energy. So Sun is energy and Mars energy. So you need extra fuel, you need extra energy to have things done. So having Mars retrograded means you know how to have things done. You probably can procrastinate and delay, but once you are on it, you have things done, period. So this is the positive, and negative, probably the anger, one of the most traditionally recognized. Venus. Venus represents creativity, but also abundance. Money. Not only money, food, good material world, just enjoying the physical world. So all these following things are just the descriptions how it can be expressed. Love, art, beauty, harmony, all kind of resources or possessions. So you see, that's the Venus job to take care of. And good news, you have a good one, the really good one. It's your blessing. Um, it's really strong. It's really powerful. So sometimes you will be given difficult situations. So you can think about, okay, so I'm in dispute with someone. What shall I do? Just fight using my Mars, or shall I just use it? Shall I call for Venus? So Venus is always the winner in your case, but you know you have things, really powerful things under Mars belt. And Mercury is kind of common sense, logic, intelligence, and communication. Okay? So far, so good?
Mhm.
Social planets, they call social, but basically they are a little bit above you. So they're kind of observing you and helping you. Those two are really important. Saturn represents structure. In your body, Saturn represents bones. Mars does represent muscles. Venus does represent skin. So we're just thinking about all things, all these planets do represent certain things in our physical appearance, but also they do represent things in our how we behave, our patterns, and our like how we use our strength. So we are getting into SWOT analysis very soon. Saturn, while it's bones, it's structure, but it's also the patience, discipline, perseverance. In worst case scenario, Saturn represents limitations. So Saturn is considered as a like a guru, but very like old guru, which is limiting. If you're doing something wrong, he's like punishes you. Jupiter does represent guru as well, but like the kind guru. It's just giving you the luck, the blessing, the expansion, the growth, wisdom. So between those two, Saturn is like punishing you. Jupiter is just like uplifting you. So those come to play when you learn your lessons well and when you deal with those. Okay. Next really important term, and we will stop with the theory here. There are two things which we need to talk. There is a myth about demon. Demon. You can call him genie, but he's a bad genie, demon. Representing dragon. So there was a dragon. There is a myth or story, like gods and demons were trying to fight for the immortality drink. So gods won, and they were having a feast, and they were just drinking this, about to drink the immortality drink. But one of the demons just changed his appearance, and he sent, first of all, the like fairy to lure gods out of the feast for a moment. Two beautiful gold virgins just dancing beautiful dance. So the dragon got to the feast and he started to drink this immortality drink. But gods did discover this very quick. So what they did, they rushed back and they cut this dragon in half. So you probably saw the snake eating its own tail,
Mhm.
right? So that's kind of a demon because when this snake was cut in half, the mouth became like remain hungry. It's always trying to eat something. And the tail is always empty. So those two signs do represent the mouth always hungry. Give me, give me, give me. And always empty cup. So you can think about it full cup or empty cup. Those two actually are virtual points in the sky, usually calculated. But these are really important because it's kind of positioning. What's your fatum? What is your assignment for your life assignment? And you are given very interesting one. So the idea about this snake always trying to eat itself or just eating its tail is very nice allegory because what you need to do during all your life, you have to take the full cup and take everything from full cup to the empty cup. That's your goal. That's your goal. Get your talents from the previous life, full cup, and get it into the empty cup. So that's what you need to do. In your case, those two exchanging positions like a dance. So you have to balance those again and again, dancing your beautiful dance. So we will talk about these in terms, these called lunar nodes, like nodes of destiny or the nodes of fate. These are virtual points in the sky where the moon and sun cross paths. Uh, you're aware about eclipses. So those eclipses are really important and impactful. So the next one is coming September 7th. And we will talk about this during the eclipse time or eclipse corridor. It's kind of the exam time when you are getting tested about how well you learned your lessons. So during these eclipse corridors, you just usually need to watch yourself really well and just not to make any bad moves, hurting other people, not doing bad things. I think we need to introduce another term, dharma and karma. It's in Sanskrit. So in dharma, it's religious duty and righteousness. So you have to behave well, basically, right? You have to do things which you have to do. You have to serve your family, you have to serve your parents, your country, and such. So we always think about what shall it mean, but basically it's your duty and righteousness. Um, Karma is kind of the circumstances. If you not behaving well, if you're not following your dharma, if you're not respecting elders or something, just killing people, so it means you go against karma, against dharma, so you will be punished with karma. Karma would be like cause and effect. And it can happen not on following lives, but in this life immediately. And actually, we do live in very special time because the karma just follows us immediately. Once we do something wrong, we immediately got the results. Saying that, these three are important terms to start. And I took 25 minutes just explaining that. I'm so sorry about.
Okay, it's good to know.
Okay. But basically, all the planets can be calculated, and they have very special. We can talk and talk, and we will do things when it's needed. So here's your chart. I will talk a little bit about your chart now.
Okay.
Tell me more if I need to make it bigger. But basically, what we are seeing here, what you are given, you see three squares, right? Square number one, the
Hmm.
block number one, square number two, we don't need one. Square number three, we would need first and third. So the first one is when you were born, the moment you were born. And this is your ascendant sign. And it looks like your ascendant is in the Cancer. And for me, it's just like looking at you, I can confirm this. You're so sweet. You're so like home comfortable, like looking very welcoming, very soft, very nice, very like representing hospitality. Everything what represents home, sweet home, everything what represents family, blessed family, and so like you're really taking care of people. So that's you, that's what you radiate.
Thank you.
And Venus, okay, not Venus. So the Cancer is driven by moon. So your moon, this is moon. You see moon standing in these are houses, right? So if you see numbers, these are zodiac signs. So first would be Aries, second would be Taurus, third would be Gemini, and fourth would be the Cancer.
Okay.
So the Cancer is driven by moon. So moon is the ruler for the Cancer. And this is your first house, and this is your seventh. So we calculate it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 houses and 12 zodiac signs. But how zodiac signs are located in your houses is all like what's the starting point? Everything starts with the first house, but your starting point starts with number 4, which is Cancer. Make sense? So 12
A
on
little bit.
12, 12 on 12, but they can be just like pivoted. Sometimes these are like exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up to 12, but sometimes they are a little bit like clocks, a little bit pivoted.
Okay.
So that's what we will be talking about. So first house represent personality. Sun does represent personality, and Sun is here. And also first house does represent personality, who you are. And Moon is in the seventh house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is representing your partner. So you versus them, you versus partners. So your moon, your ruler for your personality is in your partner house. And partner, when we say partner, it's not only the spouse, but it's also the all kind of partnership. I would say your partner in crime, partner on business. If you see how you behave about partners and how partners behave about you. Interesting fact that your moon is has a very special assignment. You remember we talked about nothing would behave without moon being in place. So the situation
Mhm.
about your moon is really critical. Once your moon is off the balance, it ruins everything. And your life assignment to take care of your moon. So it's the main challenge you have. Saying that you are your own priority. Your partner would depend on you because your moon is in partnership house. Once you're in balance, your partnership will thrive. So the moon is ruler for yourself, right? But also moon is ruler for the partner because it's standing in the partnership house. Make sense?
I think so, yeah.
So saying that you can be a powerful goddess, just making everyone's life happy, or you can be just like um, in a bad mood and make everyone's life a disaster. So
Sounds
they,
about right.
so they really depend on you. You're really powerful in this time. It means it's put a lot of responsibility on you. Hello. I know it's hard to acknowledge this, but yes, you give them your energy. And also your moon is kind of blocking. When your moon doesn't feel well, it's blocking all other planets. Doesn't matter what you're given. You block yourself right at the from the foot. You shoot yourself from the foot on the foot.
How do I take care of my moon?
We will talk about this. But basically, just think about Cancer. Think about mm, what it does represent for you. First of all, the Cancer lives in water. It needs clear water. Any kind of water would really help you. So taking bathrooms, going to the river, streams, springs, hearing water. Okay, let me read something to you. Your mind is actually taking a lot from your moon. So you're intuition driven, but when you try to be rational, it's actually illusion. It's blocking your intuition. Your mind is creating chaos of thoughts, chaos of fears. Oh, I didn't make this decision. Oh, I didn't do this. And also I need to take care about this. And just like clouding your intuition, which you don't want to happen. Make sense? Does it work? Like, do you recognize in your experience so far?
How, and we might address this later, but like, how if you're following your intuition, but you are presenting things that other people are saying no to?
Hey,
Like,
this is talking with other people, it's another story. So now we're taking care about ourselves. So you have to be in harmony. Once you're in harmony, you will find the way how to talk to other people speaking of ratio. Yes, we can do that. No worries. But once you are yourself calm and clean, clear, and like no worries, you're asking, you have the direct connection to the moon. So you have really like channel all the thoughts, all the ratio are just like fogging your brain and your connection, your communication. So think about it this way. You have the angel. You have direct line to angel. But all your fears, once you just feel any fear, this is immediately like cutting the cord. All fears actually coming from the past. There is no fear in the future. Fear comes from the experience. You've been hurted and such, but it's rule number one. There is no fear in the future. And you're like, oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I feel fear. It means you're like cutting yourself right away. There is no fear out there, but instead you have the blessing and support from your moon. How to treat your moon with clear water, drink clear water, go to walk for the nature, for the strings, along the strings, painting, all kind of drawings, painting, nice music and harmony music would really make yourself comfortable. Any meditation, if you practice anything, just find something which is really good for you. But at least being alone, being just with yourself and nature is really healing one. Make sure to have time for yourself. Time and water would be the best friends. Nice music, any visual arts if you're in visual arts. And your Venus is really good, so you shall be really good in any visual representations, just like whatever you like to do. as soon as you just keep practicing it, like steady, steady routine. For example, I love washing dishes and I always do it with hands using hot running water. That's clearing my mind and it's calming my angry Mars. When I'm like fighting with someone, the first thing, instead of just really fighting, I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes. I need to go and wash floors. I need to go and wash dishes. I need to go and clean bathrooms, something. So my action needs to be satisfied with cleaning. That's my way. I found this working for me really well, right? Mars, to calm Mars being angry, you need to get sweaty. The action to up to sweat and become sweaty. That's how I release my angerness to become sweaty. And I do yoga to become sweaty. And if I do yoga in the morning, whole day I am calm, whatever is happening. I'm like, I practice my yoga. I see you stupid. I see you just like confronting. Whatever you want to be such, it's okay because I already gave up my anger. I just like worked out my anger. But this way I'm talking about Mars. In your case, you have Mars and your moon. So your moon is kind of about clear water. Find something with water playing. Maybe you will be painting with the water, watercolors and such. I don't know. You have to find it. Taking care of yourself. I don't know, cleaning your skin and just like maintaining your, like taking care of your body is also one of those good things. You need your time, you need your space. Your space is really important for Cancer. They are not very public people. Once they can go to public, they can work with the team, they can do things, but then they have to go back home, sweet home, and have their own room. This is cozy room is my castle. So your home, sweet home, is your castle, energy space. So once you have this routine, you will find the routine which will be working for you just to calm down your moon and just restore the channel with the moon, with your angel. Everything will resolve smoothly itself. Like angel will take care of this itself. Once you feel you're off, foggy, like not happy and something like that's really can go up to curiosity and then you will be not a help, not a solution, but a problem. And you don't want that, especially for your partner. All kind of partner, business partner and family partner. So this is your main assignment. If you want to write down the recipe, this is the first thing. Nothing will happen if you are not taking care of your moon. Your sun is okay, but your sun would not behave without the moon. I will send you the reading about when the moon is your main planet. They also call it Atmakaraka. They call it planet of soul. So it's your soul planet. It's the one which is really dear for you and it's really blocking all other things. Another thing really important for calming your moon, you have to sleep well. It's your job. It's your assignment. Okay? Um, Second. What I'm thinking about. No, maybe I will send you this chart later in English. Not much you would be able to read, but at least you will have it and sometimes you will review it. So let's go back to this chart. Interesting enough. So we talked about your personality and your partnership, right? This is the house. So this is the first chart, which is really important for us, but we will be also talking about the like third one. I put moon on the top here. And you would see these and these chart are like mirroring each other. It's so interesting because you have kind of parade of planets here and here. So we call it the sort of axis. Three planets are in the house number 2 in Leo, and three planets actually in Aquarius. So those three planets against those three planets, and you see your nodes are also here. Rahu does represent the node of destiny. So this does represent, this is southern tier, I believe. This is north tier, north node. So back, actually, we're talking about taking from previous talents and to fulfill the future, the destiny node. Okay? Oops, this. So Ra, if you can see Ra is here. This is your destiny node. Mars retrograded, Jupiter retrograded, and Rahu. This is the north node, destiny node. They are all together in this house, which represents parent family. It also does represent material world. If this is the node of destiny, like where you have to go, what you have to take care of. So the opposite node is Ketu, is here, and it stands with Sun and Mercury. So it's really important to acknowledge, like 1 goes against 7, so the 2 goes against 8. This is 8, or house number 2, this is house number 8. Interesting enough, these houses do swap the places in your other chart, in the moon chart. You see, Ketu is here, but Rahu is here. It means you have to dance between material world, which is house number 2, and esoteric spirituality. You have to take resources from material world and put it into spirituality, but you also have to take resources from spiritual world and invest in the material world. That's your assignment for the lifetime being. First job to take care about moon, but second is just to try to balance those two worlds. Interesting enough, you have to put yourself on the first place, because if you're not taking care of yourself, your partner would not work. Your partner would be not happy. And same zodiac sign are talking to me, because it's not only houses, but also represent Leo and Aquarius. Aquarius represents serving others. And it's your previous life talents. You're really good serving others. But your job to take care of about yourself. Your job to take care to become the Leo, the queen. Interesting, right? So you're swapping the place between material world and spiritual world. You have to go to spiritual world, but you have to come back to material world and invest in that. And then take the resources from material world and invest into spiritual world. How can it work? For example, you just buying courses or just like investing in your education in spirituality. You choose what kind of spirituality, but you have a talent to astrology for sure. You have talent for all kind of spirituality. It's your job to choose which one will resonate to you. But go into spirituality, then you have to make money out of this, and this money would bring you to the material world and create the abundance. Does it make sense?
It does.
So your sun, together with your previous life talents, which represented by Ketu, And your Mercury, all your intellect are needed for spirituality. Your intention, Sun represents intention. Your previous experience and talents are in spirituality and serving others. Your Mercury is here, taking resources from here and putting this into the material world and put it into action, because that's what Mars is. Altogether, these three planets actually dancing together to have things happen. And you have specialty yoga. I mean, yoga, it means when the planets are forming very special dance, the position, group of three is a balance. It's wow, it's very special. So you have both chances to go to lose all your earnings and to go poor, really poor. And also you have the opportunity to earn a lot of money, to make a lot of money. So you can travel back and forth until you will feel comfortable with this and no strings attached and feel no strings attached to either one. But you know you can always fulfill those two together. If this is lacking, so you take from this and put into this, and then kind of balancing this swing.
That makes sense.
Okay. These are really important messages and issues, and I would say not issues, but things to always to keep in mind. Whatever is happening, you're just like, okay, for example, my bank account is hacked. Let's imagine, or let's imagine fiscal crisis is coming. Everybody's talking about fiscal crisis, right? We don't know that. But if this happens, you're like, okay, it means it's time for me to focus on spirituality and I will make more money, because money is something which you cannot save. Period. You have to keep making money because it's like energy, it's a flow. There is no chance to preserve money. In what? In gold and dollar and what? In Bitcoin? Everything is kind of any earnings. So I would say material world. From one point of view, it's very temporary, but at the same time, you have to keep generating with your energy, and you have a talent to to do it given the spiritual opportunities, and vice versa. Once you have money, why not to invest it into the spiritual things? So maybe just to open your yoga studio or something and just making it up. Maybe this is something which you retreat center or like tarot reading, I don't know. Maybe you will open your own church. We can keep talking about this, but I don't want to to plan it for you. It's your journey. Once
No.
you have specific questions, we can look into specific periods and specific solutions, because there is always something which we can leverage. Speaking of the planet dancing, so you're given the natal chart at the moment you were born. So this is kind of footprint one time. Here's your recipe, here's your cards. But what's going on right now? How about the planets? Are they just like, what's the Uh, if any eclipses are coming, if any bad energy, like good days, bad days. So what I will tell, and you probably will make a notes. Once you are aware about what's going on around you, yourself, what's inside you is the most important, is most critical. It's your moon, it's your clearness. That's what you need to have first in place. But second thing, you need to take like to be aware about what the circumstances are and just like leverage those as a surfing. Like people are surfing the waves. Okay, today is, for example, the bad day speaking of Mars, but today is a good day speaking of Sun. Let's leverage Sun energy. Let's surf Sun. Let's do something, some routine which will make Sun more powerful. Saying that, let me introduce you to the sequence of weekdays. Each day is dedicated to a specific planet. Moon. Monday stands for Hello Moon. Once I learned that, and I have issues with my moon as well, so I have to take care about my moon. I used to be a boss in big settings. All my meetings I schedule for Monday because it's opening the week and just like we need to start with the week right. Guess what? Once I invested all my energy into the moon day, I was running out of the energy whole remaining week. I learned this. Now I'm not scheduling anything on Mondays. Or unless it's my pleasure, unless it's like very unnecessary, I take my time to do yoga. I take my time to do house cleaning because cleaning is actually cleaning my brain. Cleaning things are cleaning my brain. So that's the routine I put in place for myself because I know it's moon day. You can schedule a walk, morning walk or evening walk for moon, for Monday. But make sure you have time to take care of your moon on Mondays. Moon also represent mama, your mother or your maternity energy. So you can give your maternity energy to your family, to your kids and such. And once you behave that, you are becoming more female, more beautiful, and your daughter is picking it from you. Once you're taking care of yourself, your followers are picking it from you. Tuesday, guess what? Tuesday stands for
Torture?
almost Mars. Action. That's why I always do some physical exercises in the morning. First thing first, I just like jump and do things. Do. Physical activities as much as possible. My Mars retrograded, saying thank you. And once I have the morning routine started like active, all my day goes like boom, boom, anything is done. I don't procrastinate. I allow myself to procrastinate and relax and take my time and just like meditate or being totally unfocused on Mondays. But Tuesdays, I have a plan. No chance to procrastinate or like avoid it. So I have a plan. I go with the plan. Boom, 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 have things done. Exhausted at the evening, then I sleep well. Surprisingly enough, that's what I need because I also don't sleep well. I need to take care of that. So Tuesday, Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Any communication would be good. Studying, intellectual work. Once I didn't know this, I was trying to have things done, like forcing it on Mondays or forcing it on Saturdays. Once I learned this, I just schedule all my intellectual work for Wednesday and communication things, and I have it done really quick instead of spending hours. All my meetings I schedule for Wednesday. I'm glad we're communicating on Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. So hopefully the communication will go smooth and like straight to the point without losing any bits or bytes of information. Okay. All kind of negotiation also. Communication, study, and negotiation.
Is
Thursday.
that is
Okay.
that for everyone or is that just
That's for
for
everyone.
okay.
This is the routine for everyone. This is nice routine to know. Like well-kept secret, but once you just start practicing this, life just get to the next level of quality. Life quality, life like I'm really happy when I follow that. So you see, like each day is like in getting better, better, better. So Thursday stands for Jupiter. And that's where the most luck usually happens. Big gatherings, disputes solved or resolved. Big conferences are usually scheduled for Thursdays. Surprise why? Because the good guru, nice guru, Jupiter is just like giving you the blessing and expansion. Whatever you do, it's just expanding on Thursday. So usually by default, Thursdays are good. to plant seeds and to do whatever you want to have luck or success with. Friday is Venus. Love, beauty, friends, abundance, art. Did you notice when people are like, okay, we got our business meetings, let's go for fun. Suddenly, during this fun, all the dealings, all the negotiations are just like really more successful, just happening like organically. So interesting enough, I am trying to implement that. Fridays are really good for business as well because it's a goddess of abundance. And you have the special goddess, like the blessing, Venice blessing. So everything what you will touch, bring Venice, will get the luck. Everything where you need forces to do things, Venice will have it done like easy. Why not to? And you don't need just to call it an official negotiation or call it official meeting. Why wouldn't we chat a little bit about how was like, do you have 15 minutes? Let's talk about this. And you have things done. You have things like really not setting high expectations, but you really are getting into very friendly, very like easy way to have things done. So Venice also represents muse, not only music, but muse. Blessing with creativity, blessing with like, why not? Like this goddess is usually represented with flowers, crown of flowers, right? She usually very beautiful, taking care of herself. It's good to take care of your own beauty if you schedule something. Friday would be the best for that. But remember, where beauty is, the monies are. So Friday is really good for money and beauty. Friends, and joy, all kind of joy. So that's what Venus does represent, joy. Once you start experiencing joy, Venus is there. Just it shall be the opposite sequentially. You do things and you feel joy, but vice versa is also true. Once you start feeling joy, once you just get some joy of like the weather is so beautiful, the nature is so cool, the stream is just like with clear waters just coming out, birds are singing, it's just full joy. And suddenly this joy you just obtain, accumulate, and you create and bring this joy with you. So like as accumulator, get the joy in and things will happen automatically, like organically, like no efforts. And people will be like waiting for you. Where is our Marni? Where is our joy? Where is our Venus? They will not say that, but they will be waiting for you to have things done organically, naturally, harmonically, and such. One of the good exercises to incorporate in your routine is just the morning smile. You brush your teeth at the morning, just look at the mirror and smile yourself. Once you got this smile on your lips, you're the winner. You will spread this smile and this beauty and abundance out there, and things will go so natural. I'm pretty serious. This is a really tough task. People are struggling. It's like at the morning you didn't sleep well enough, you didn't do blah, 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 and your parents and your kids or your family is like knocking in your bathroom and you're like, whatever. Hello, Marni. You look good today. And you will be even better. And that's how you set your day. Your Venus will be with you. Okay, what else? I have a good news for you. We kind of talked about the planets, and I think we did accomplish really well with educational component and about your like understanding where your planets are. what your strength, you're probably not um, acknowledging yet, but we will talk about these axes like these three and these three, how to leverage those two um, leverages, okay? Those two groups, but you actually will play this game. These you free. Oh, no, you free. And you will just play this as a game. But basically, these are strengths. These are strengths and these are strengths. Both are challenges as well. Your strengths are your challenges. But once you have your moon in place, you will play the game between those two groups. Always, always.
That's interesting. Like, I feel like I've spent the past year, like, really honed in on spirituality and spiritual side and feeling very stifled at work. And now I feel like I'm shifting into exploring what my work life should be like. And I'm looking at renewing like coaching, like ICF, or looking at theology classes or some combination therein
Mm-hmm.
to combine the two.
Yeah,
And I now feel like shifting in that direction. So,
that sounds about right. Now we have to introduce the transits. So we were given our own chart as a status quo, as a static. It's like footprint of the moment of your birth. But planets keep going, keep dancing. I call it dance, beautiful dance. They are forming different alliances and partnerships on the sky. So those two, Rahu and Ketu, they are just like dancing, dancing, dancing. They actually came to exact positions right now for the next 1 year and a half, as you have in your chart. Saying that, your Rahu, okay, your natal Rahu versus the transiting Rahu are aligned right now, so it means your Rahu is doubled. Your Ketu versus the Ketu transit is right now in the same house, in the same point. It means your Ketu is doubled. So you're kind of given the double speed. And Rahu is calling you to do more work, job wise, investing into the job, investing in any kind of material world and professional. For the next year and a half at least, you're given double cards to do that. So you will be very successful with that. Everything what you will do, it will double. Rahu, remember, it's a demon, right? So the Rahu represents the demon's mouth, always hungry. It means Rahu is always hungry and try to get more and just trying to like think about it as a teaser. Rahu is teasing you. So I would go with Rahu, but I would not trust it. So each time I would step one step behind. I would not go full range. If everything looks too good, I would be critical thinking about it. If something looks like just a little bit more, let's do a little bit more here and there, and again a little bit more, and again a little bit more. Hello, this is a sign for you, and ask your intuition, ask your moon. For that, you have to calm down and get in silence and get yourself like settled, and you will receive all answers. Shall I do this or not? Shall I go extra step in this unknown direction, or shall I not? So you're given three retrograded planets. We talked about Mars, but your Jupiter and Saturn, good guru, bad guru, right? I mean, not bad, but strong, demanding, punishment and blessing. Both are like encapsulated talents. So you're given encapsulated talents in Mars, which is retrograded. You didn't use your Mars in previous lives. You're having encapsulated talents in Jupiter, so extra luck, but it requires to serve Jupiter, to respect Jupiter. It means your husband represent Jupiter. I don't know your relationship. It may be something not good there out there, but by default, respecting the husband or just serving your husband, serving your father, that's what Jupiter does represent. Your father, your husband. May I ask a few tough questions?
Sure.
Are your parents still around?
My biological parents, yes, they are still around.
Both.
Yes. And most of my extra parents as well.
That's good. That's good. There is a karma check. Okay, let me talk about this differently. So sun represents your like obvious natural talents. And sun age is 11, 22, 33, 44, every 11 years. You're at the age of 44 right now.
45. I just turned 45.
It's still considered as about 44. I mean, your sun is still there. So it means your expression has to go out. You have to express yourself. Not very bright, not very pushy, but just like it's your time to shine. Interesting enough, 44 is one of these spikes, and we think about like sinusoid curve, right? All these ups and downs, that kind of curve, right? We're talking about cycle. So every 11 years, you're on your pike. So 44, you're on your pike. You're still on. It doesn't matter, it's just going a little bit down. You're still around it. And this year is also one of the highest pike year for the sun cycles. You probably heard a lot about these sun blasts. So many, there are magnetic storms and that kind of things. So that's true. That's very special time, and sun is giving us extra energy, like double energy. Saying that, just think about your self-expression. You do not need to dominate because sun, when it is not in harmony, the sun is kind of burning others. It can burn your moon. It can burn others. Like me, and your ego or self-expression just dominating over others. Not good. But don't forget to express yourself. Don't forget you have a lot of energy and you're one of those years given a lot of visibility. You probably don't recognize it, but once you enter into the room, people do feel it. You have very special vibe or special energy. People are attracted to you. Let's put it this way. Kind of magnetism, specialty, magnetic attraction. So once you have your moon calm, once you have your Venus crown with you, like with your beauty, like being nice, like goddess of sweet home sweet home, like being present for everyone, it's still you. It's about you. You are the queen. So you have to remember you're there not for others. You're there because it's you are, and they are attracted to you. So putting yourself into priority, like acknowledging your presence. It's something which is really important to integrate in your routine, daily routine. You just go for a walk and be present. and just think about you carrying the goddess, Venus and Sun. You're here. It's enough. This fact is enough itself. You're good enough and you're in the best time of shining right now. You're given those opportunities to shine. It doesn't mean you have to be forcey or like bossy, but just your presence. It sounds like it's a big challenge for you, or at least you're not happy about it.
No, it's just
Unusual.
yeah, I'm not you I'm
You're
I'm
not used.
feeling it. I'm feeling it or becoming more aware of it, but it's nothing that I recognized or had a lot of worth around for most of my life. So,
I know. And we will talk about it why. There are certain things which I can say are good things. Congratulations, you just passed one of those karma check periods, which are usually happen 3 times during the life. I talked about sun. Each 11 years, sun comes to play. Your karma checks usually happen at the age of 37. So probably that's when it started. And during 7 years, in your case, it was between 2017 and 2025. Those 7 years were kind of not depressed years, but not very positive years.
they had a good ending.
Yes, exactly. It's over, first of all, and it's actually brought a good fruits as a result. So you passed the karma check. It's good. It's congratulations. And everything what you've done through these 7 years actually is something was very needed. So this period just ended April 1st. Your 7 years of karma check ended this April 1st, this April.
That was my wedding anniversary.
Hmm, you see, congratulations, your first test, karma test, exam passed really well.
How would I have known if I failed?
You would know this on external evidences and internal evidences. External, it's your relatives pass away, for example, your parents. Internal, people are breaking bones, people are like ruining their careers and such. I have daughters too. The one which is 33 years old, she's in the middle of this karma check and she's doing wrong things. Yep, quite a few bones already broken. Lots of relationship are broken. And her grandparents, one passed away, another one is just about to do that. And she doesn't trust me, she doesn't follow, she doesn't listen. It takes a lot to know and not to say because she would never accept this. It's her job, it's her karma, it's her life. She's building her own life. She's planting certain seeds which will bring certain fruits. But I will still love her, whatever she is doing, and I will be there for her whenever she is ready. Like Jesus Christ, as he said, I will accept and embrace any black sheep because there is always a chance. So basically, congratulations to you. Usually people kind of feel more depressed during those 7 years. And the pike, probably the most difficult time for you was between 2021.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah, everybody did struggle with the pandemic and such, but um, think about it this way. It's a certain mode of your brain and the certain lens on your eyes, how you see things. But once you just do what you have to do and keep going and keep doing, then the karma check is done. Good job. You passed. So you're going through the period of Saturn. It means your Saturn time started at the age of 39 and up to 58. So next 13 years you're under Saturn observance. Remember, Saturn is the one who is controller, who is checking, are you behaving well? Are you doing good? But you passed the main test already, so you understood now what's required, and you're given certain tools to help yourself, right? Now we're talking about Saturn. Saturn is really important, and Saturn has a dedicated day. Guess what? What day is dedicated to Saturn?
Saturday?
Yes, you can know. Moon is Monday. We talk about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So Saturday.
hmm So, what do you think Sunday stand for?
Sun?
hmm
I was like, wait a minute, why is this not coming to me? Yes, the sun.
Yeah, straightforward. Moon and Sun and Saturday are straightforward. So, saying that, go out for the sun, go do something like sunny, wear yellow color or orange if you like, or any kind of that thing. Um, Make pancakes or blini. That's your way to serve sun. Make a pancakes for the entire family. Have a family dinner or morning breakfast, something. So each day, actually, you can serve a little bit for each gods or planet. You see, really taking care of those. You take care about them, they do take care about you. So let me address another cycle, which is really important. We address the week cycle. I think it's handy. It's really helpful to use in my routine at least. Just to finish about Sunday. Sun gives you a lot of energy. If you rest well, so you start your week from Sunday really well. You got a lot of energy to begin your week. So you serve sun on Sunday, moon on Monday, and then the whole week would be settled well once you begin it well.
I have a question going back to the parent thing and the karma tied to that.
Of course,
Um, is it only your biological parents or are step parents and
you,
things like that tied to it?
yeah. Uh, by default, some parents supposed to pass away during your karma check this time.
You mean in the upcoming karma check?
No, no, no. For the one which just passed. By default, lots of parents, like at least one parent is passing away during the karma check of that cycle. We're not talking about
Well,
logical, but also those who adopted you and raised you, because There is a law of attraction. So
It's
they're
interesting. We lost my stepfather, and my husband lost his stepfather during that time.
again,
But then both my mother and my father that raised me were both in serious, like sudden freak accidents and both like survived. So
for me, it's a good sign that you were really good with your karma and karma. So you got the special gift. Let's put it this way. While it's troubling you, I would say it was you who saved them.
that's a lot of pressure to put on someone.
Oi, oi, oi. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Oh no, it's all good. No, it's just it's not bad or good. It's just
By default rule, they are passing away.
yeah,
This is for like I didn't see exclusion. Probably you are the first one.
yeah.
And it takes a lot. That's what I'm saying. And it's okay. It's you have to embrace the fact that it was time for them to pass and you extended their living and there is a reason and blessing. So you gifted them certain extra time and they really appreciate that.
It's just interesting. Hmm.
Okay. Last thing I will say today, which is really important for me, again, no pressure to you, but what I wanted to say, I made your chakra profile as well, because all these planets are actually standing in your chakras, and chakras, think about chakras as the like, okay, this is fancy word, spiritual world, but it's also the nodes, like where a lot of intersections of muscles, arteries, bones, what do you call it? All kind of elements, and they have really like potential density, a huge density of things. If we have like spiritual representation, oh, your chakra is blocked, right? How freeing this, how are we like unleashing the energy? It's not only energy, it's really physical situation, what is happening. And you really might have specific blockage in those chakras where you have the challenging planets. Saying that, and this is your blockage, at the same time, it's your challenge and opportunity. The first chakra and third eye chakra, bottom and top, they just depend on each other. As I said, this group versus that group, the same about chakra. What does mean the bottom chakra? What does the bottom chakra represent? I don't remember these medical terms, but it's your tail, rudimental tail. In your backbone. So everything what you sit on, your
Yeah,
stability, your stability, your basement, your house basement. I'm pretty serious. Once you have the basement in the house and you just fill it with some possessions, fill with some, I don't know, food, extra food or uh, wood, something which is really important for life. Once your foundation is stable, your enlightenment will ease, and vice versa. Once you got your enlightenment,
that's you.
your root chakra would improve as well. So you always have to travel between those two floors, root chakra and third eye chakra, spirituality and material world. Do certain exercises for your sitting bones, for your backbone, for the like foundation of your spine. Make sure to take care of it. I don't know how familiar you are with Pilates, but this specifically really takes care of root chakra really well. Pilates and yoga both take care about root chakra really well. While you're taking care of your root chakra, your third eye chakra, spiritual chakra, is actually clearing. And you got a lot of things done with your moon and calming your moon, doing physical exercises with root chakras and just like clearing this. Intuition would clear, intuition will just like go smooth and travel smooth. So I can talk more, but I don't want to load you much. I promised one more cycle to address. The cycle which is really important to observe, called moon cycle. And given the fact you are so moon dependent, oof, okay, I will show you a trick, high-tech trick. So here is my Gmail. For example, we don't need Gmail, okay. What we need a calendar. Once you have Gmail, you go to calendar. So actually, you need a calendar associated with this Gmail. So let me use calendar like full screen calendar. Okay. Here on your left.
Hmm.
Oh, again, didn't pick my thing. I can turn on and turn off specific calendars, right?
Hmm.
So I turned off my personal calendar, but I want to see, for example, birthdays, or I don't. Okay. I did check. I want to see holidays in the United States. I can uncheck this.
Okay.
Jewish holidays, uncheck. Orthodox holidays, uncheck. What I really want to see, phases of the moon. This is really helpful. I will find the chart explaining how important it is. But the curve of the moon, full moon, new moon, is really important. So you can see full moon is coming June 11th. It means new moon will be coming in 2 weeks. The moon cycle is 28 days. Observing moon cycle is critical. New moon, no energy. Make sure to sleep and rest enough around new moon. Full moon is like crazy energy. The day of full moon is a lot of turbulence and anxiety. So those 2 days are themselves are not good enough, but full moon actually gives you a lot of opportunity to have things done. You see, this is the last quarter, this is the first quarter, so you can see different things.
I do have an app on my phone. It's called Moonly.
Okay,
I don't
it
I
works.
don't know if like I mean like I've follow it mainly just to see what moon is like, whether it's the full moon or new moon. But I've noticed that it says like wear certain colors on certain days and things like that. And
Mhm.
it might actually coordinate with the days of the week, but is that like something I should follow or
It's just important to observe where you are at the moon cycle. So first of
okay.
all, your own cycle, feminine cycle, can depend on moon, and you can say right away if you're in harmony with the moon or not, if the cycle is off, right? So basically, new moon, make sure to have a rest day before and the day off. Those 2 days is just like no load. Do only what's required, minimum, minimum. Sleep enough, sleep a lot. Full moon, people are usually crazy. All psychopathic people are like running. All shooting happens on the full moon. All the crash accidents are happening, and people are angry and like not agreeable on the full moon. You will notice this. Once you start just observing this, you will notice this. But the main point of mine, just like on the from new moon to full moon, first week is kind of slow start. Second week is like full range, a lot of energy. Everything what you plant will grow double. On the last cycle, or like declining cycle, everything will just go to roots. All farmers know this rule. They plant all greens, everything what they want green. They plant on the new moon, like um, first and second week.
Mhm.
And when they want roots, they plant it on the declination, other side of the moon cycle. If you cut your hair during the new moon cycle, a growing moon cycle, they will grow fast. If you want to preserve the form and shape of your hair and not cut it often, so you cut them on the declination on the like other side. Once you start observing this, you will see this happening with your mood, with your energy. So the high energy pike is given at this those 2 weeks around the full moon. These 2 weeks, the bottom is like low energy. Once you start to make your diary and just like start observing this, you would be able to get a lot out of the moon calendar. Your moon would appreciate that. I would say my messaging is over. I mean, everything what I wanted to tell you for the first one without overloading you, well, I probably did. I accomplished. It's your time now.
Yeah. No, this was all very informative and made sense.
Yeah, that's what astrology is. It all makes sense.
So, I don't, I don't know if I have any specific questions because what you shared, like, especially the things that I'm wrestling with right now, as opposed like with career and stuff,
Mm.
um, with what you shared makes sense. And um, like even some of my uh, like even some of my questions, like I even hesitated to write them down because like I feel like they were, I feel like there has to be like an exploratory process
Okay.
and like maybe coming to certain conclusions through that journey. Like it almost feels like
Hmm.
to know too much is like sealing your own like way of maybe sidestepping some things that you were intended to learn. I don't know. But maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. But
No, it's very nice and very sweet. Very correct, I would say, if I can judge. Let's make sure
so
you understood these are your strengths. These groups and there's that group. These are your strengths. These are your talents. These are your gifts. But you have to know how to like balance those two groups, right? One group of Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu, and Mars and Jupiter both are retrograded, means encapsulated. Like think about it, it's a coconut. There is a sweet milk inside, but you need to break into coconut. And here, the group of Sun, Ketu, and Mercury, right? So sun is the challenge because it can burn, but it also can make you warm. Sun is your energy. Your Venus is in the right place. Your Venus is in the house of luck and blessing. So it means you lived a good karma before. So your Venus is well positioned and can give you full range of her blessing. And in this chart and in this chart. But your Venus does appreciate your own efforts. Everything what you do, efforts, investing efforts, you receive. You're also probably good in writing because this house does represent writing skills. And this is,
Not based on all the rejection letters I've received recently, but I do enjoy
hey,
it. So
hey, it's okay. It needs a little bit more love, a little bit of labor. So just don't give up. That's what it is. Your Saturn is watching it from this chart versus Venus is giving a blessing from this chart. So Saturn is limiting you to be perfect for the reason to make it perfect. The reason is good. It's not accepting some middle level of work. No, only the best.
very good.
So there is a lot of cool stuff we can talk about your chart, more hidden stuff, a lot of transits, a lot of specialty partnership between your planets and specialty agreements between why these three together, how they help each other. But basically, it's amazing. Every challenge you're given the tool to address that. Everything is in your chart is really like, hey, Marni, take it. Own us. Help us to serve you.
Now I just got to figure out how to make that work. So
Oh, fear again. Watch your wording, okay?
curiosity.
That's good. That's better. Yes, that's good. Your Rahu needs your curiosity. Rahu does represent curiosity. That's what is needed. Yeah, why
Very
not?
good.
No risk, right? You're just trying. Why not?
Well, I will start to work on what I've learned today
Okay.
before moving on. But I would like to meet again. So
It was a
thank
pleasure
you.
working with you.
It was really a pleasure. Thank you so much for all your time.
You're
So
so welcome. I hope your money worth it.
it is most definitely. So thank you very much.
Okay.
All
Enjoy
right.
your evening, your meeting, and I will send you everything, links, recording, and such.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're
I'll
welcome.
talk to you soon.
Bye.